All right, welcome back to the podcast. Darren, what's this podcast called again? Because I always forgot the name again.
All is fair in between the lines.
All is fair in between the lines. It's our 2024 football podcast, and we got to react to week one. Um, and this week we're going to be doing some overreactions to week one.
Wait. That's right. Football is back. Football is back, baby. Let's go. We've been waiting for this for 200 some odd days. Let's go. Since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, that sucked. But we are back. There's so many storylines in the offseason, but we are back. Let's go. Sorry, I had to say it like that. Football, let's go.
I feel it, Darren. I was excited too. I was just talking to my mom before we came on, and I was telling her, "Hey, I just watched football all weekend, and it was fabulous. It was
That's
fabulous."
great. Yeah, my mom, same birthday this weekend. She loved OSU, watched OSU. Sad enough though, her Packers lost. I'll leave that alone though.
Right on. All right, but let's go ahead and get straight into it. Let me start out. My first overreaction to week one is Josh Allen's going to win an MVP. I truthfully think he has a good, decent receiving core. I still obviously think we need to see some more from them. Um, but my biggest thing for Josh Allen is rushing touchdowns. I think he's going to kill it on the rushing touchdown front. Right now, I see this dude getting at least one rushing touchdown a game.
Uh, yeah, if James Cook isn't running the ball particularly well, or even if he is, I can still see James. I can still see that.
Exactly. Even if he is, he could just keep that bitch because they're going to key in on James Cook.
Josh Allen is one of the best athletes at the quarterback position. Like obviously there's Lamar, there's other guys, but I'm talking about being a quarterback and athlete. Josh Allen and Lamar are probably the two in that like elite class, and then starts falling down a little bit.
All right, Dan, what's your net? What's your overreaction?
I'm gonna piggyback off of that one actually. Uh, the Bills gave the Chiefs the weapon that they needed. So my overreaction is the Chiefs look like the best team this whole weekend. I don't know how anybody else can say anything else. Uh, you got your fast guy back, Rashid Rice. Oh my goodness, dog! Just route running became him and Patrick Mahomes' chemistry is ridiculous. Obviously, Travis Kelsey we didn't see a lot from him, but when he showed up, it was important. They got the run game going with Pacheco. And obviously, Mahomes is Mahomes and Andy Reid is Andy Reid. And then lastly, the defense. My goodness. They did get bailed out by the referees a little bit, not calling things and calling things on the Ravens. But I don't know how anybody else can have any other team that look better than the Chiefs this weekend.
I can't think of one off the top of my head that played well on both sides of the ball because the
You
Chiefs
can say
played
the
well on both sides
Saints.
of the ball.
You can say the Saints, but they played the Panthers, and we don't know how we don't think the Panthers are that great. That's the thing, right?
Panthers suck.
So
The Panthers suck.
yeah, well, yeah,
All right,
but yeah, that's my first one. The Chiefs look unstoppable. I hate to say it. I really do hate to say it.
let's slow down on the Dallas Cowboys. Let's not overreact to the Dallas Cowboys. Uh, they had both, if I believe correctly, both starting tackles were hurt for the Cleveland Browns this weekend, and Micah Parsons and that Dallas defense had a field day. Um, I still think Deshaun Jackson sucks. Don't get it fucked up, but
Watson,
I'm not. What I say?
Jackson.
I still think Deshaun Watson sucks. Um, but hey, bro, what are you supposed to do when both your starting tackles are off? Of course, Micah Parsons is going to have a field day on you.
Uh, that was probably my overreaction last year. I don't know what's going on with Sean Watson. I do. I feel you with the Cowboys. You know, they're usually good throughout the season, and then January comes. So I really don't get too hype on the Cowboys myself, and I would flip that game more so to be on Deshaun Watson. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. That is the worst contract, worst trade I've ever seen in my life right now. Like, think about it like this: the year before, or around maybe the year after, Christian McCaffrey got traded to the 49ers from the
Mm-hmm.
Panthers, and we all said, well, the Panthers didn't get enough for that trade. They didn't. And if Deshaun Watson's trade wasn't out there, we probably would say that's one of the bad. That's a very bad trade. But it doesn't matter because Deshaun Watson. and he's just not playing good. That's a all-star cast too, bro. Somebody said it perfect. They like if you put Baker Mayfield the way he's playing right now on that Cleveland team, they're debatably one of the best teams in the NFL right now,
Exactly.
if not the best.
Exactly. Um,
Like, come,
the worst thing they did was get rid of Baker,
I agree.
and now Baker's making good money in Tampa Bay, and these are the favorites to win that division.
They, I would say Cleveland messed up three different things all in that offseason. Getting rid of Baker,
Mm-hmm.
trading for Deshaun,
Mm-hmm.
and then paying Deshaun what they paid him.
Facts.
You can make one mistake, but you can't make all three of those. Those are humongous mistakes for that organization. The Panthers, man, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't know. It was really bad. The offensive line didn't play as a unit. Bryce was missing passes. It was like, bro, your accuracy is the thing you have to depend on because you're not athletic like Kyler, so you can't get out, but you're small like Kyler. So you need to be able to get rid of the ball and be accurate with the ball to actually have some sustainability in this league. It didn't look good. It just didn't. And I'm rooting for Bryce Young. I want him to do well. I have no answer for what the Panthers are doing right now. I don't know what the problem is anymore. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Double backing off of that though. Uh, Carr might have finally figured out his way in New Orleans. We'll see. But that was one of the more special games I've seen him play as a Saint. 100%, to be honest.
I'm gonna go off what you were talking about the Panthers. Here's what I will say. I truthfully think they're still in the rebuild, Darren. That's what I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. They're still in the rebuild. Uh, they traded away their best pass rusher. I forget. I don't remember what the compensation was, but they traded away their best pass rusher. So I don't expect them to be good for a couple years. I expect them to be. They have to be good by the end of Bryce Young's contract, though. Rookie contract.
He might not even make it through that. That's the saddest thing.
That would not be on him. As of right now, that would not be on him.
Yeah.
That'd be on the organization.
You said they're rebuilding. How long have they been rebuilding? Because I feel like they've been rebuilding since 2015.
Correct. But they finally have a quarterback. So now they
All
actually have
right.
something to build around. You know what I'm saying? And they're slowly doing it. They added Deontay Johnson this offseason. They added Jonathan Brooks. They drafted Jonathan Brooks this offseason.
He
Um,
didn't play yesterday. Yeah.
but it's a slow build, but it's a build. At least they have something to build around now.
I don't know what else you put around Bryce if you're talking about building. Because they got an offense, they got a guard for him, which is not a tackle, but they got a guard for him from Miami. They got Deontay. They got Xavier Leggett. They got Thielen last year. I don't know. They got Jonathan Brooks. I don't know at this point. I really do not know. I want to know, but I don't know what it is. But that's my overreaction.
My next one is who's a bigger bust? Not a bigger bust. Who's a bigger thief? Deshaun Watson or Ben Simmons? Deshaun Watson is the biggest thief the NFL has ever seen. They might as well put him in the Hamburglar outfit from now on. Because when this man 5 years from now is on a beach sipping his whatever his drink of choice is, he's gonna be like, "Damn, bro! Remember when I took the Browns for everything they got and the biggest contract in NFL history at the time?
Guaranteed contract, the biggest guaranteed
Damn,
contract.
they guaranteed him all the money. They gave him
Yeah,
all the money. Like I think the Browns are the only team stupid enough to do that. One of the biggest things for where the owners won in the NFLPA is that they don't have to give fully guaranteed contracts out, like baseball and like basketball. That's the
yeah.
only that's the only way they won. They're winning that, and now the Browns just went out their way to do some dumb shit like that. They didn't have to do that.
They didn't. But if you gotta remember, these are clubs bidding against each other. At the time of the Deshaun Watson trade, they were bidding. It was like, hey, the Falcons are offering this much, Miami's offering this much. Then the Browns were thought they were out of it, come back in, and they throw all this guaranteed money. Kind of is what it is. It was, hey, it's a dumb contract right now. There's nobody who can defend it at all. It is awful. And I tried to say he's just bad near Cleveland in the wind, but I cannot justify it at all. At all. Like Kevin Stefanski, that GM, whoever made that trade and paid him, I'll be surprised if they have a job as long as the Deshaun Watson contract is a thing. If they run their course and they're still there after Deshaun Watson, I'll be surprised.
All right. I have to say, personally, I think that's an overreaction. And the only reason I say that is, yes, they fucked up on the Deshaun Watson deal, but what came to Kevin Stefanski and the GM, I don't know his name off the top of my head, did for that organization, how they rebuilt this organization into specifically their defense, how well they built this defense. Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett's technically already there, but this is a top 5 defense in the league.
I think you're two different GMs.
Who am I thinking? I'm thinking about the old white dude.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah, because their new GM is. Yeah, I know. I think their new GM is a black dude, right? But John Dorsey is who you thinking of. I want to say.
I'm thinking of John Dorsey. I don't know this dude.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe he did pay Deshaun Watson. I don't know, but I'll be surprised, to be honest with you. Here's where I won't be surprised. I'll tell you this: if they're competitive, even with the Deshaun Watson contract, when they can't afford to pay everybody, because next year or the year after, there's going to be a year you can't afford Amari Cooper, you can't afford a David Njoku or a Nick Chubb. Somebody's going to go. A lineman is going to go. Obviously, Myles Garrett's not going nowhere, but you don't know who that guy's going to be that they can't pay, because that contract is going to hit at some point. That's
next year.
Crazy.
Darren, next year. It kicks in next year.
That's almost $73 million, bro.
And they pushed that money back. Remember, he took a pay cut this year. And they push it back.
It was supposed to be 67 next year. This is the first time I'm seeing it updated. But yeah, man. Yeah, there's going to be a year where they can't afford everybody. If they're competitive in those years, yes, they keep their job. 100%, Rob. 100%. But right now, I don't know how you can say that. Do you understand that they built the Texans' current infrastructure? They built that.
Yes. We looked that up a couple weeks ago. I don't remember everybody they got, but basically they got Tank Dale, the pass rusher. What's his name? What's the pass rusher's name?
Stephon Diggs was because of part of that trade.
What's
the pick went to Buffalo?
Who's the other pass rusher that's not Hunter? Davis?
I said Will Anderson.
Will Anderson. Yeah, it's actually kind of gross. And they turned that bitch around in what 2 years?
I would argue the suspension year was the only year that they were really down. The year before, they weren't great, but Deshaun Watson had them competing for real games. So,
you talking about the Texans?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your next one?
I hate to say it, but a part of me got to say Kyler just doesn't see the field well, and I feel like I'm bagging on the short quarterbacks today, and that sucks. But that last play that's going around online, I didn't see Marvin Harrison downfield, but I knew in my head, I'm like, there has to be a receiver open downfield on this play. I'm looking at the concept. I'm like, he put the ball like where 2 defenders was, like 2 or 3 defenders was. I'm like, there's somebody open downfield. I don't know if it's on the opposite side of the field, but somebody's open. Then it comes out like an hour or 2 later, Marvin Harrison's running towards the end zone with his hand up. I just don't think Kyler sees the field well. I'm at that point. I just don't. I hate to do it for the short quarterbacks, but he was rolling out and he still didn't see him. I just don't see it. I don't know how that happens. I watched that whole game on Red Zone, literally waiting to see number 18, and for some reason I saw number 4. I mean, Bryden last drive. I've seen Kyler Murray. I've seen James Conner go crazy. I did not see number 18 at all.
I like Kyler. I can't say I don't. I can't.
I did too.
I like Kyler a lot. My problem with Kyler is everybody's problem with Kyler. When Call of Duty comes out, his play drops off.
That's not mine. That's not me. Don't say everybody. Don't let me in there.
Not Darren, but they've shown the statistics. As soon as when does the Call of Duty come out? Usually like the end of October. As soon as that shit comes out, this nigga falls off a cliff because he's playing Call of Duty all night on Twitch. You got any other overreactions before we get out of here?
I got one more.
Go ahead.
And this is the craziest. Will Levis ain't it. Will Levis is not it. If you watch that game, there is no way that you thought the Bears was going to win that game at halftime. There's no way. And Will Levis, I'm talking about play after play, just fucked up. Bill Belichick was saying it perfect on the Pat McAfee show. He's like, well, with Tom Brady, he knows, okay, what do we gain for 2 yards on this play? Or what's the worst that can happen if I throw this over there and the 2 yards isn't get? That boy threw that ball to that defender, trying to flick it out instead of just taking the sack at that point because he's already sacked. Pick 6. And it's like,
okay,
bro.
Yeah, I know what play you're talking about now.
You can't do this. And then on top of it, you stay down on your knees instead of trying to make the fucking tackle. I can't have that. I can't have it, bro. Your arm is there. For some reason, that kid is not there. I don't know what it is because I like his arm. But there was a lot of games yesterday where the team who won didn't win it. The other team lost it. That was the key game for that. It was, oh, the Titans lost this. Will Levis lost this for his team. And I don't understand how it happened. But shout out to Caleb getting his first one.
Shout out to Caleb Williams. I forget what the stat is, but apparently he's the first rookie quarterback. I think since like the 80s. Is that what they said?
David Carr. No, since David Carr at the Texans, I believe.
Okay, but he's the first rookie quarterback in a while to get their first win on opening day. So shout out to Caleb Williams.
I think it's first round pick, like first overall pick. I
first
could be
overall
wrong
pick.
By that.
Got you. Well, let us know down below in the comment section what are your week 1 overreactions. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.